Hi, my name is Greg Johnson. I'm a classroom teacher of 24 years, a high school choir director, and I'm running for the NEA Executive Committee. I'm an NEA director from Oklahoma. I've served on the NEA board for the last 5 years in my 6th year. The skills that I've developed as an NEA board member, as an OEA board member, and as a classroom teacher, I think have prepared me for this moment, this opportunity as to become your next executive committee member. I fully believe in what our mission, vision, and core values are about. I had the opportunity to be part of a group that created that mission and the vision and that core values. And I think it's vital that we advocate for all of our education professionals, that we fulfill the promise of public education, and that we unite our members in the nation to fulfill that promise. I'm running because I believe the skills I've developed will help us to meet those goals. I would like your vote. I appreciate very much what you do every day in the classroom. Thank you very much.
My name is Stephen Smallwood. I'm a high school English teacher in Paris, Texas, North Lamar Senior High School in Paris. And I'm supporting Greg Johnson for Executive Committee. Greg Johnson is my friend, but even if he weren't, I would be supporting him because he has all of the qualifications that we need on the Executive Committee. His experience on the board steering committee, his ability to coalesce and to bring collaboration to the board is quite apparent in the fact that he's directed the RA choir for several years now. But more than that, Greg gets it. He sees that he brings to the table a wide range of experience that all of us need when we look to someone to represent us on the Executive Committee. I urge you to support Greg Johnson for Executive Committee. It'll be one of the best votes that you make in your life.
I'm supporting Greg Johnson because he has the ability to engage people at every level of the NEA. He has been wonderful in bringing leaders up behind him. He's a wonderful leader. He involves everyone at every level in the association work, and he is passionate about what he does, and that's why I'm supporting Greg.
Greg's in the classroom right now. He knows what it's like for support personnel, for teachers, for all of us. He knows how things at the national level impact each of us in the classroom, in our schools, in our school buses, in our cafeterias, wherever we are. And I believe it's very important that we have that kind of connection on the NEA Executive Committee. And so I am supporting Greg Johnson.
I'm Judy Neer from Canyon City, Colorado, and I'm an education support professional working as a health tech. I would like to know what you plan on doing for education support professionals nationally. What does your leadership look like?
Judy, on the national level, I think it's vitally important that we listen to what our ESPs are telling us. They need to have a voice in the room. And as your executive committee member, I will certainly try to provide that ear to hear what they have to tell us. Our ESPs are telling us that there are things that they want to be included on, that they need to be a part of, that we need to make sure that we are finding programs and developing services that are appropriate for our ESPs. The Living Wage Initiative is one of those. We need to make sure that we are working for that, working in all our locals to develop more local leaders, but also hear what our national leaders are telling us on the ESP level. They do great work for us every day, and as your executive committee member, I will listen.
I actually met Greg a couple years ago. He is on the Internal Concerns Committee, and I got to see all of his leadership skills as there's about 50 to 60 new NEA Board of Directors, and he showed us what we need to know, the ins and outs of being on the board. And just serving on the board with him the last couple of years, I've really got to see his leadership skills, his concerns, and everything that it means to be a board of director, serving the students, but also serving people in Kansas and everybody else. And I would highly encourage you to vote for Greg Johnson.
The first time I met Greg, well, I didn't meet him. I saw him in action with the choir at my first RA in Washington, D.C., and it was a beautiful thing to see him direct this choir of people from the entire nation, educators from the entire nation. And then I was lucky that I got to meet him because I'm from Texas and he's from Oklahoma, that's right next door, and we had some mutual friends. Well, after getting to being introduced to him and talking to him, I've told him my concerns as a young educator and how we have different problems and different stresses and worries in the classroom. And he was very compassionate to that. and that makes me really want to vote for him for the executive committee.
I'm supporting Greg because I've known him as a member of the NEA Board of Directors for 3 years now. And Greg does a marvelous job as an NEA Board Director. He served on our Internal Concerns Committee, which helps NEA Board Directors with any of the issues they have. He's the director of our NEA choir that performs at the RA. But more importantly, Greg is in the classroom. He works with students across the spectrum because he's a music teacher. So he will be an executive committee member who most recently has been dealing with the issues that all teachers are dealing with. And I believe he'll remember that and bring that to the executive committee.
And I'm supporting Greg as well because he does realize what teachers are dealing with on a day-to-day basis in the classroom. He recognizes the many needs of all of our student populations, and he will bring a passion to the executive committee to deal with that in a very professional manner.
Greg, I'd like to know what you've done for your education support professionals at the local level and the state level.
Judy, thanks for the question. Education support professionals are a vital part of what makes a great public school. In my experience as a local president, we found that our ESPs, we had several that were members, but there was no local leadership available for them. We were originally an ACT, an Association of Classroom Teachers. And so what we did under my leadership as local president is we changed our constitution, changed our bylaws, and became an EA, the Mustang Education Association. It allowed our ESPs to join a local, to have local representation. We are presently trying to organize more and more of our ESPs, and the goal is that at some point in time they're going to be able to bargain their own contract. And Judy, also at the state level, one of the things as a member of the Board of Directors of the Oklahoma Education Association, I worked for and lobbied on behalf of our ESPs fully paid health care for our ESPs even before it became a benefit for our teachers statewide. So it's something that I believe in. I think that what happens with our ESPs is vital to the success of our organization and also a success to our great public schools.
I first met Greg last year at NEA when I sang in the choir with him, and I know that he is a teacher in the classroom still, just like I am. And singing with him, I experienced firsthand his innate ability to bring together a diverse group of people with diverse talents to speak and or sing with one clear voice, one message for education. I will be supporting Greg, and I hope you will too, and let him use his talents to bring together our people to one voice.
And I'm from Arizona, but I represent retirees on the NEA Board of Directors, so I represent retirees from all over the nation. I met Greg through being on the Board of Directors, and I'm supporting him for the Executive Committee because I have found him to be informed, articulate. He knows what he's talking about, and he does it in a way that is succinct, and he's able to influence others to do the right thing. So I think he's a visionary. I think he will be a great addition to the Executive Committee, and I would love to see him get elected.
I've known Greg for now 5-6 years. I had met him through the NEA leadership cadre. We've served together for the last, 2 terms on the NEA board. And I like Greg because Greg really believes in bipartisan leadership, bringing both sides together when we're looking at our educational agendas. And Greg is a leader in the true sense in that his ability to develop and build coalitions. And Greg is a classroom teacher, like us. And he is going to be able to deal with the real issues because he has been in the trenches most recently with us as we are moving forth our pro-public education agenda. And Greg is a super leader, and I urge you to vote for him.
Thank you very much for watching this video today. My name is Greg Johnson. I'm running for the NEA Executive Committee. I appreciate what you do every day for our kids in the classroom. I would like your support and I would like your vote. Thank you very much.